Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright team, today we're grading every San Antonio Spur based off their season so far. Of course, with these grades, we're going to take into context their offseason. You know, what were their expectations? Have they improved on anything? So if a player like Blake Wesley has a better grade than Wemby, that's just because I'm comparing Blake Wesley to his expectations. So this isn't necessarily who's the best player. I'm giving them grades according to their role. With that being said, y'all be sure to leave y'all's grades down below. I actually like going through the comments and comparing y'all's list to mine, seeing where we agree and seeing where we disagree. Of course, be sure to leave a like, and without wasting too much time, let's go ahead and jump straight into this list. Starting with Devin Vassell. Now, he's interesting because he has missed a lot of games. That's kind of been the conversation around him. But when he's playing, the way Devin Vassell is able to get back in rhythm and knock off the rust so quickly is pretty insane. So although he hasn't been on the court for a majority of the games, I'ma still give him a B, a grade B, because when he is on the court, he still looks good. He's a nice plug and play type of player, and he's a scorer who we really need. So I'm expecting an overall good season from Devin Vassell, but for right now, we're gonna have him at B. Next, Tre Jones. Now, he's also been similar to Devin Vassell as he just got injured last game. I think he has a shoulder sprain. He shouldn't be out that long, but he has missed time. I'm gonna go ahead and give Tre Jones a grade C. You know, he hasn't really done anything to pop off. Tre Jones as a floor general has been good, but really hasn't extended his range, and that's kind of my thing with Tre Jones. I want him to develop his jump shot a little bit more, but we haven't really seen that when he's been on the court. Granted, he hasn't played that many games. I don't know the exact number on it, but I know he's missed a lot of time, so we're gonna keep him down at C for right now. Now, Jeremy Sochan, I think he's gonna have to be our first S tier. Just the way he started off the season, he brought the intensity, he brought the scoring, he brought the defense, he brought a whole lot of things that we've been lacking while he's been out. And with his return tomorrow, or today, whenever this video is uploaded, I think he's gonna have a pretty good game. I'm excited for him to get back on the court and continue where he left off. So his time on the court has earned him a S tier. Stephon Castle. Y'all might call me biased, y'all might not like my list, but I'm gonna go ahead and put Steph Castle at S tier as well. Based off my expectations, I did not expect him to be this good this early. So if y'all been on the channel for a while, y'all know I wanted the Spurs to draft Steph Castle, but I still did not think he was going to be this good. The jump shot has been falling. I don't know the exact percentage, but I think he's shooting around 35 to 36% on 5 attempts a game. He's coming off a stinker. His last game was a stinker, I will admit, but I have no doubt in his defensive ability, and I think he is going to be just fine after this bad game. So Castle, he's earned a S tier. Harrison Barnes. I don't really know where to rank Harrison Barnes because I didn't know what to expect. Obviously some scoring, some shooting. I don't know why he's just difficult for me to rank. Definitely been a good vet. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put him at A tier. I don't know what's holding him back from S tier. If y'all feel like he should be higher or lower, make y'all's case down below. I don't know where exactly I want to put Barnes, but I think A is good for right now. He is coming off the Western Conference Player of the Week, so I could see him easily going up to a S if that's what y'all wanted to do. Nonetheless, he has been hooping, so let me know where y'all have Barnes. Sandro Mamukelashvili. Now, did I say that right? Y'all know I like Mamu's play style, but I don't think he's gonna get a very high grade just based off the fact that he hasn't got much playing time, which I expected. You know, I could see the Spurs staff not playing him, and that's what's happening, which I don't understand at times because he is a shooter. I just think he's more of a 4 and they play him at the 5. I don't know. I think he would look good next to Charles Bassey, but I don't know. I just think he could space the floor. With that being said, he hasn't got much PT, so I guess I'm just gonna throw him down here because, well, actually, I kind of want to move him up because when he's on the court, he is shooting that thing. I'll just say this isn't Mamu's best case scenario, so I'm gonna throw him down here at C. Julian Champagnie. I think he is taking steps to become a very good role player in the future. I think his averages are up about 4 points per game from 6 to 10. He's shooting a lot more threes, which I like, kind of taking on that 3 and D role for the starting lineup. We're seeing an overall better Julian Champagnie. Now, is he he a starter? I don't think so. I think he's still a bench piece right now. At this point in time, I think Julian Champagnie is a role player that any team would like to have. And we got him on a really cheap deal, so you know that's good. So he's earned himself an A tier. Malaki Branham, I'm gonna have to throw him down here, and it hurts. It hurts. Mr. Freeze, please don't comment on the video if you're watching this. I'm sorry, big bro. I don't mean no disrespect. The things I wanted to see from Malaki Branham, I'm not seeing it. You know, just a little bit more defense, a little bit more getting to the rim. And although this isn't the type of team for Malaki, I think he's a pick and roll player, and we have him playing a whole nother role, which that's not his game. And so together, that with the defense just doesn't make a whole lot of good on the court. So as of right now, he's been played out of the rotation. We're gonna have to give him a D tier. I'm sorry. Blake Wesley. The rotation has also ran out of minutes for Blake Wesley, but we see him a little bit more often than we see Branham. Whenever there's an opening, Mitch is probably gonna give minutes to Blake over Malaki at this point because of the defense and the spark he brings off the bench. And I actually really like Blake Wesley. I think he can develop into a backup 2-guard type role if he can get the jump shot down, bring that defense and energy off the bench. Not to mention, I love his celebrations on the bench whenever it's a close game or something. I don't know if y'all pay attention to that, but I do, and I'll say I am a fan of those. So for Blake Wesley, I still want to give him like a B or C. You could really give an argument for either grades, but I am going to give him a B because whenever there's an injury, I do have faith in Blake Wesley that he's going to bring some energy and defense. If he's not bringing anything else, that's what we're getting for sure. If he could develop this jump shot, like I said, backup 2-guard potential for sure. We got him at B tier so far. Now again, I just want to reiterate this. This does not mean Blake Wesley is better than Tre Jones at this point, nor are Blake Wesley and Devin Vassell at the same level. I'm just saying for their expectations in the offseason, this is the grade I would give them so far. And these could all change. At the end of the season, we could come back and give them whole new grades or whatever y'all want to do. Just be sure to leave a like. Next, we got Keldon Johnson. Polarizing name in the Spurs community. Some love him, some don't. I want to give Keldon Johnson a grade B. I'm taking him down a couple of grades because he is the longest tenured Spur. I'd expect more out of him IQ wise, specifically in the clutch time situations. That's where he tends to make most of his mistakes, and I think that's what kind of lowers his value as a player. And this is no shot at Keldon Johnson because I love him on the team and I think he is great chemistry wise, but in the clutch, you just got to take him out the game. Like, I'd rather have a couple players out there over Keldon Johnson in the clutch. But whenever he is playing at his role, a 6-man spark plug off the bench, I really like Keldon Johnson in that aspect, and I think he has a spot on the team if he could keep that energetic spark coming off the bench, and if he wants to be that, of course. So Keldon Johnson, 6-man, gets a B tier so far. Charles Bassey. When he's on the court, I think he's really good. Can he stay on the court? I don't know. Now, I want to give Charles Bassey a high grade, but I can't let 2 games really bump him up all the way up here. So I'm thinking more in the BC area because he was getting cooked last game, but Sabonis is Sabonis, so he's going to give a lot of people buckets. But he did put up 6 blocks off the bench, so I'm trying to find a balance right here. I'm going to give Charles Bassey a B tier because after these injuries, he's still moving with the energetic pep in his step. He's defending the rim at a way higher level than Zach Collins, and I think if he could stay healthy, he's a solid 3rd-string center. I still think we need a backup center regardless, but Charles Bassey could stay on the team as a 3rd-string center. So far, B tier. Next, Zach Collins. All right, so y'all know going into the season, I was not a big fan of Zach Collins, and I'll say I think he has cleaned up some things. Like, they have him blitzing the screens every time off the pick and roll, but there's just some things that I don't like about his game. But everything I'm gonna say is things y'all have probably heard me say already, so I'm just gonna spare y'all the time and put Zach Collins down here at the D tier. We also saw Mitch Johnson choose to sub in Charles Bassey as the first center off the bench rather than Zach Collins. Now, that didn't go very well for Bassey. Collins got subbed in the second half, I believe, but that's just something to note. Are they kind of leaning towards Charles Bassey a little bit more? I think so. Either way, we need to get Wemby a backup center though. But speaking of the man himself, Victor Wembanyama, the alien, I am going to grade Wemby A tier so far this season. Now, we started off slow. He's caught his rhythm. After the anonymous scout ran his mouth, Wemby has been going crazy. And the only reason I'm giving Wemby an A tier is although he's been fantastic the last 10 games or so, I still feel there's another gear that Wemby is going to kick into in the second half of the season or or sometime soon. I don't know when it will be, but I'm just expecting something more. And I don't know if I'm crazy or I don't know if I'm on to something, but we're gonna give him an A tier so far because I'm expecting more, which is very crazy. Shout out to Greg Popovich on Twitter. Y'all go give them a follow. But Wemby's last 8 games, he's averaging 31, 11, 4, 3.5 or 3.4, shooting 43% from the 3 on 12 attempts. And I still think that there is room for Wemby to show more, but I guess time will tell. With that being said, let me know y'all's list. This is mine right here. Let me know if you like it. What are some changes y'all would do? Smash the like button, of course. Be sure to subscribe. Get all your Spurs news here. And until then, it's me and boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.